Welcome to the Daily for Monday, August 1st with Greg Lawless. I'm Jason Seguini. Greg, still in the headlines, Jurgen Klinsmann taking over the U.S. national team. We have to start there.
Yeah, it's been in the news, obviously, ever since it was announced on Friday, and we've been getting lots of reaction from around the soccer community in the United States. Guys like Bruce Arena coming out and saying, something about how domestic coaches are sometimes blamed for things, but he wishes Jurgen Klinsmann well. Ziggy Schmidt, also from up in Seattle, wishing him very well in this one. You also get some guys talking about Bob Bradley's firing. Tim Ream saying he's very thankful to Bob Bradley for the chance that he was given on the national team. Jonathan Bornstein, very thankful from down in Mexico. We talked to him actually about that one, and he was just saying what a great chance he had under Bob Bradley. There are going to be a lot of things changing. A lot of the players saying, I have to prove myself again now. And that's the way it should be with a new manager when they come in. It shakes things up. It gets the players to say re-motivated in a way that they have to go out there and play their best.
One of those players who may have been re-motivated and played a good game this weekend was the Columbus Crew's Robbie Rogers. Columbus getting the win at Rio Tinto Stadium. Not an easy place to win. And the Crew now in first place in the Eastern Conference.
A fantastic performance from Rogers, actually. We haven't seen this from him all season long, and Columbus still doing very well. If Rogers is now all of a sudden going to pick up his game, that means a lot of danger for the Eastern Conference in this one. Columbus looked very good, especially getting down that left side, the ball coming in, and then they get the goal. Eddie Gavin with one of those goals for Columbus. And really, you have to say that Real Salt Lake were missing Alvaro Saborio up top. Gene Alexander had a couple of chances to score, didn't get them done. Columbus, on the other hand, though, very, very solid in back as well. That was, I think, what was most impressive for the Crew.
And Saborio, of course, suspended for the dive in the last game they played at San Jose. So there's some controversy coming out of there because Christ said he just found out on Friday, after he had put his team together, that Saborio wasn't going to be able to play.
And I can understand his frustration with that. He wants a decision made much earlier than that because all of their preparations that go into the game take place over the week, and you want to have that known very early on so that you can start to prepare the other players.
A related story to both of these stories that we just mentioned, Greg, is the Philadelphia Union going down at home to the Colorado Rapids. Couple of things here. The Crew in first place because Philadelphia lost, but Philadelphia also has a forward who was missing from action in the news.
Yeah, Colorado, first of all, they come in here and they get the win 2-1. Pablo Mastroeni has a very good game in the midfield for them, not just with the goal, but just slowing down Philadelphia's attack. End of the game comes around and Peter Novak drops a bombshell that Carlos Ruiz, who was not on the bench and not in the starting lineup for the Philadelphia Union, is on his way out. And Novak actually coming out to say a lot of the reason for his departure is because of pressure from the fans who were giving it to the El Pescadito. And the Union finally said, we can't have the fans, I guess, against one of our players, so we're going to ship him out and bring in somebody else. There's news today out of the Philadelphia Inquirer, though, that this is just one of several moves that the Union are on the verge of making.
All right, stay tuned to MLSsoccer.com for updates on that. Other Eastern Conference notes, another game, another late dramatic goal for Kansas City, and this time it's Teal Bunbury coming through.
Teal Bunbury, where have you been? All of a sudden, he comes back in and gets the equalizer for Kansas City. That extends their unbeaten streak. They've looked very good every time they play at Livestrong Sporting Park. This one, they didn't necessarily look great, but they get the result, and that's what matters. And I think for Bunbury, this is huge. Hey, we talked about Robbie Rogers. Right. Bunbury, new coach for the national team, maybe out there to prove it again that he belongs in that team.
All right, should also mention Brian Ching with a big game for Houston, getting a win at home, and Dwayne De Rosario, a big game for DC, getting a win on the road in San Jose. So the Eastern Conference putting together some results there against Western Conference teams. The cream of the crop, though, in MLS, the top of the Western Conference, the LA Galaxy. If you watch this game, you have no idea how it turned into a 4-0 win for the LA Galaxy.
It was pretty incredible, Jason. It was 0-0 at halftime, and it looked like it might actually go Vancouver's way. I was actually running a live chat on the site, and everyone's like, I think Vancouver's going to pull this one out. All of a sudden, one slip in the back by a defender. Landon Donovan has time and space. He goes in alone, flips it in with his left foot for a very nice goal. It's 1-0, and the wheels come off for the Whitecaps. Or should we go the other way? The Galaxy just start to slam it home right there. And they end up with 4-0 victory. Adam Crispin with his first goal for the Galaxy. Landon Donovan ends up getting 2. And Sean Franklin, all of a sudden a scoring machine with his second goal in his career just in the last couple of weeks.
Keeping pace, we have to mention, keeping pace with the Galaxy. FC Dallas get another win. They find a way to do it. They didn't get back to Dallas until Saturday, but that's all they needed to prepare for Chivas and get the victory.
Yeah, 1-0 for Dallas. Marvin Chavez with the goal. It wasn't a great goal. It deflected in. Pretty lucky on that one. But it was so hot out there. Even Robin Fraser said this was the hottest game I've ever been involved in since I've been in MLS, and he's been around for a good 15, 16 years.
A couple more notes from tournaments this weekend. The LA Galaxy U-17 team wins the Generation Adidas Cup in Dallas.
Well, congratulations for that. They actually beat FC Dallas in that one. And over in London, Jason, at the Emirates Cup, the New York Red Bulls actually take the trophy in this one. They get a 1-1 draw with Arsenal in the second game, following their 1-0 victory over PSG on Saturday. And Thierry Henry all smiles after this one.
Well, if Arsenal was going to lose that trophy to anyone, they'd probably want it to be Thierry Henry.
Yep.
One more game to mention, Barcelona-Manchester United rematch in Landover, Maryland, and Manchester United takes it 2-1 in the World Football Challenge. So much going on this weekend, a lot to talk about on Extra Time Radio today. You can get it on iTunes or Buzzsprout later this afternoon, and we'll be back on The Daily tomorrow.